Turn it on.
All right. This is the second start of this video, everyone. Welcome back to the channel.
Here we go.
I just got called out for eating 2 mangoes last night.
What a pig.
I know. Well, you know what happens is
not sharing with the family.
No, there's like 6 more because we got them at Costco, and there was.
Oh, I got that same one. The pack.
Yeah, and so.
What was the deal for organic mango?
They're all ripe at the same time, and I hate seeing them go bad because, you know, they get the hairs in them, and then the seed starts to infiltrate the flesh, and it's just bad news. Yeah, you don't ever have that happen?
When they get too ripe, that's what they do?
Yeah, when they start, and the seed starts to go into the flesh, and you start cutting it off, and it's got all that fibrous stuff in it.
I thought that was just they were either like that or they weren't.
Maybe. I figured they got too ripe, maybe. Anyways, I did eat them. I did eat them. Well, everybody, this is not a mango show. This is a real estate show, and it's all about Santa Barbara real estate, the south coast of Santa Barbara. So if you're a real estate person and you like a couple goofy guys, you landed on the right
place.
This is the right place for you. You know, your friends did not steer you wrong when they told you to check us out. It was good advice. So I am Joe Parker with the Santa Barbara Group at Berkshire Hathaway Real Estate with my main man,
Brahmi Croc of Rate Mortgage.
That's right. We are the duel that could help you with all of... Oh, look at the hand signals are great.
Low. We're doing those small hand signals. You can't see it.
That's right. You can't see
but
that.
But underneath, I'm going, Joe, turn right.
I do like to go on that freeway over there sometimes.
I know, and that would have been the wrong way.
But we're going to take you up the 154 and see a few homes in Santa...
Well, we're going to see one up there.
Yeah, a few homes on this tour in the Santa Barbara area. All right, so... We've got one up here in the foothills. We've got one. Are we going to go do that duplex? Did we decide on that?
Yes.
We got a great variety. We got this great compound with lots of land, with views, big house, little house, with an interesting story that you're going to see. You have to wait to see.
Yeah.
And then we're going to take you to a duplex.
Fire involved in that one.
I was trying to... Interesting story?
No, just teasing it.
Teasing it. That's a good tease. And then we're going to do a duplex, and we're going to see a house in Hope Ranch today, and we're going to drive you through the community when we do that, including the 154 highway,
but we're really not doing 154 because we're getting off.
All right, yeah, you're right.
Foothills.
Just the beginning.
This house, it parallels. There's a road that parallels 154, and it's just barely off of 154.
Oh, we might need to show them that.
You can sort of see as we're going up, right as we get off on the left-hand side of the screen, you can actually almost see the road.
Foggy day today. High fog.
But if you... it's hard to see in the screen, but there's a bunch of cars up there because we call it the bridge to nowhere. Because they have this bridge and it goes to open space, like San Marcos Preserve area, which we love going to, love taking our dog up there. It's like our family... absolutely loves going to the zone and hanging out and just there's a great walking path. It was really neat. The community saved it from being developed into houses.
Gentle hiking with views.
Yeah, it's great. It's really...
and easily accessible. I mean, we'll drive you by real quick.
I think we should do a quick loop out there, don't you think?
Yeah. Just because, you know, if you come to Santa Barbara and you want to get out into some nature, it's so accessible and like...
Well, it's so right off the road. Like, you could just,
and you get good
zip
views.
over here, and you can get to this little area in seconds, and you're right out of your car on the trail. And the trails are really quick, so it's a great way to get some healthy exercise. We love it. Almost don't love blowing it up.
I know.
You know.
Santa Barbara's blown up, and with the internet out there, I mean, any kind of search about cool hikes.
Hey,
we'll pull
if you
it up.
respect the area, you know, great.
Yeah.
There's plenty to enjoy.
Come share. So this is that road Brian was talking about. This is paralleling the 154 as it winds its way over our mountains into our valley area, where you'll find wine country. You'll find the Lake Cachuma, nice and full.
And this road does not go through.
This does not.
This just serves as a way to get to the bridge to nowhere. And then if you continue straight, that's where the house that we're going to is, and then several other streets and this entire neighborhood. At the very top, there is a planned development.
Yeah. It's a gated community, 55 and older. They have some PUD single-family style homes, along with some townhouses in there.
And probably done as condos, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is the bridge, and this bridge goes over 154, and I would assume it was initially made because there was definitely plans to develop all these foothills, and this would have been a big artery into it.
Look at the mustard.
Never happened, which was it's great. It's a nice thing. I mean, I know we all need more housing. We are in real estate, but at the same time, we love open.
Holy
space.
cannoli! I've never seen so many cars here.
Maybe they're doing a project. They could be working on the trails, or
there's probably some type of meetup.
Yeah.
Some kind of a hiking club meetup or something. Or it's just everyone's off today, or nature lovers are off today.
I don't know. Yeah,
because usually it's not.
This is more of what I'd see this afternoon around 4, 5, and 6, because a lot of people come up here just for the sunset, not even to hike.
Yeah, you could sit in your car and get great views, so that's another bonus of this little spot. But this is the trailhead, and
there's multiple trails.
Yeah,
you can go a bunch of different ways.
They spaghetti in many directions.
I think they have something going on today, is my guess.
Looks like,
maybe not. Who knows?
Looks like. And unfortunately, with this haze and overcast weather we've got, we are not getting the views, but you could see ocean over here.
That's all ocean.
You could see Mission Canyon right over there. Really cool.
They can't see that.
No.
If the camera turned hard left, you would see all the way towards downtown Santa Barbara, the Riviera, Mission Canyon, and straight ahead, of course, you've got Campanile Hill, and then the Mesa over there to and
the
Hope
left.
Ranch, where we're going later.
That's right. Good
We're looking straight into Hope Ranch.
We're going to hit up a duplex in what's called Hope Ranch Annex, a little neighborhood adjacent to Hope Ranch. And then we'll end with a nice piece of property in Hope Ranch with a cool, kind of almost historic home.
Yeah, it looks really cool. And then there's also great views looking to the west towards Goleta. You can see all the way out to UCSB and the tower out at UCSB, the Campanile, and then
Stork.
Well, but isn't it a campanile? Don't they call that like a tower on a campus?
Mm-hmm.
A campanile?
Never heard of that. I like it.
I think they do. I don't know.
Works
Maybe I'm wrong. Please feel free to correct me, because I'm wrong all the time. But great views. We're sort of doing a disservice with it being an overcast day, but it is what it is.
Yep.
So this one, let's get into this one real quick. This is 4488 La Paloma. It last sold in June of 2022 for $4.7 million. It initially started at $5.3 million. So this was sort of in the height of COVID pricing, I think. This was sort of...
What was the date? 12? Oh, yeah. Yeah,
it was up there. This was peaking right as, I think, before it started to turn, really.
They came down quite a bit, too.
They
were aggressive on the price.
5.3 came down 600,000 to 4.7, sold... It's currently listed at 3.495, so 3.5 million essentially. It looks from the pictures, we don't know the entire story. It looks like they were midway through a pretty significant remodel on the property, and then there was a fire in it that we're going to check out. And the fire was upstairs, and so you could also, it looked like, see through the pictures that when they put the fire out, there was a ton of water damage that came through the ceiling. Not sure what it did to the floors. I'm assuming they might have got beat up because it looked like wood floors.
Not good for a house.
But yeah, it's unfortunate. I feel bad for the owners, because it seems like they were trying to make it into something for themselves to get into. But who knows? Maybe we'll get more of the story there. It is on almost 4 acres. It really, just call it 4 acres. It's 3.9.
I didn't realize it was that big.
Yeah, it's a big lot. 3.98 acres. The house itself, the total square footage, because there's 2 units. There's a guest house and a main house.
There we go.
The main house is 4,100 square feet, and then the guest is 14. So total is 5,600, somewhere around there. It's a big... I'm just looking around real quick as we're coming in. I I think, are there...
Oh, there's the damaged building. We just went back past passion fruit, avocado, oranges, and now grapefruits.
Are they on this property?
It kind of looked like it. The avos might have been on the other side.
Are there
But there was
two
some hanging
open
over.
houses? Oh, no, this is
the
so
guest
the
house.
left is the guest house. You can just catch a glimpse in the camera on the left. We'll get over there for sure. And then here is the main house. And keep turning nose slow. Right there. And then you can see the fire damage came out that window, that upstairs window. But, I mean, a neat property. Definitely a bit of flat area.
Oh, some Greek statues?
Whoa. And a flagpole.
Taking it to the next level.
Right. Yeah, this is going to be fun to go through.
The driveway is toast.
Big driveway.
I didn't do that very good. I had plenty around. Turn that bad boy around.
Why you didn't?
I was afraid I was going to hit something with the tire. I was getting too close to the edge.
All right, this is going to be fun. Okay, so let's get some of the specifics. It says total 7 bedrooms, 6 full baths, no half baths. I believe...
I just got that bird shit on there. Sorry. ADHD.
Squirrel. We're going to probably see
because I wiped
too.
down the window beforehand. I'm like, where'd that come from?
If anyone wants to know, Joe's focused because there's a bird poop now on the window. I don't think it's even in the...
How could it? It must be. It's just
I don't
hidden.
see it.
It's
Whatever. I thought I remember reading that the guest house was a 3-bedroom. So
That's
that'd make
significant.
the house 4, but I don't know. We'll figure that out. I don't know. I think everyone's got enough of it. Let's just get inside and go see this. Let's go do it.
Little owl box up there in the tree. All right, here's the driveway we came up. Part of the 4 acres. And then the house. We got the story well into the remodel, and they had a massage gun that was plugged in and the battery combusted. So if you got those massage guns plugged in, don't leave them plugged in. Lithium batteries are no joke, guys. I just texted my wife to say unplug the massage gun when I heard the story. All right. 3-car garage, carport, and edge of the property probably somewhere over here. I see some kind of chicken wire fencing. That's probably about it. So most of the property down towards the road where we came, and then over towards that guest house. But lots of parking out here, and here we go. Partially done. It looks like they were onto a really cool design. They got a nice smooth exterior. Kind of modernizing it. They're gonna lean into the modern Spanish vibe, it looks like. Wow, look at this. It's a great room right here. A couple steps down. That floors actually don't seem that bad for probably absorbing a bunch of water. You're gonna get some probably peaks of the ocean, some ocean views over here. It's a little bit lower down, but you are getting, I could see the Campanile Hill tree line there. There's a driveway over there that is lined with palm trees you could see from pretty much anywhere in town. Look at that, everyone. You can see right through it. There's a hole there where the fire burnt. Wow. The ceiling's gone. So yeah, all these floors got wet, but they're not really warped or anything. Wow, they put in some Wolf appliances. Looks like some type of quartz countertops. So, cooktop there. Big island. Built-in espresso machine. Look at that island. Entertainment.
At some point, you gotta go out there and get a shot.
Oh, for sure. I don't miss any section of the property, Brahmi.
Okay, sorry, Joe. Sorry.
Gosh, that guy, he just always has something to say. And then he wants to be on video. Okay, laundry room. Sorry, everyone. We're just having fun with Brahmi. Wow, look at these. All right. Okay, this is one of our bedrooms. Some more damage there. Looks like they didn't get to the windows yet on this one. Got a Jack and Jill bathroom. This has got a big walk-in closet too, so that's going to be nice for someone. They didn't touch this bathroom yet. They're making their way to this section of the home, it looks like. So the Jack and Jill bathroom, one smaller room, one bigger room. This one's got a good little potential view. They did get the flooring in here.
Dude, they got cooked.
Yeah, there's like major damage. Okay, this is, all right, we saw that laundry room. The fridge threw me off. Let's go see real quick down here. All right, little baths. Ooh, kitchen Camaro. All right, we saw this room here. Some of the hub of the electronics. Okay, there's a full bathroom. It's got a shower. They did get that tiled. See, that's some trending tile there for sure. Go back to the living room. So we kind of hit that wing. And the dining where Brahmi was saying there's some action out here. Okay. All right, I wasn't supposed to go up there. You probably all saw the sign. I just walked right by it. You know, sometimes I get so focused on sharing what I'm seeing with y'all. I'm not paying attention to the details like do not go up here. All right. Ooh, countertops out here so that you could serve your guests. That looks like a nice idea. And here's where a lot of that acreage is. I bet you'd find some deer or something in your property in the morning underneath these oaks. Foraging on this grass. Where's the wildlife? I need a guest appearance. I hear some birds. Oh, okay, that's what Brahmi wanted me to see, I think. Wow. Tragic. Hopefully they had good insurance. All right. I keep thinking I'm gonna see something. Coyote, squirrel, anything. Some nice boulders though. Some cactus. There's our owl box again, back to the driveway. All right, this one looks like it was unfazed by the accident. So you're gonna have a nice little place here, possibly to live in while you dial in the house. Look at that, that's a nice little courtyard. And it's got its own sweet garden spaces. More of the land, 4 acres, that's impressive. Gosh, I mean, the land's all very accessible. You got some really interesting mushrooms growing on this. What do you see over here? What?
Well, the dragon, I we have a dragon fruit going. We have a couple, and I need to. They're supposed to grow up and then hang over like that for fruiting.
This is where you get those pink fruit from?
Yeah.
Oh, here's one coming out right here. There's a bloom. It's not.
Flowers are incredible, but they only bloom for like 24 hours. It's really cool. We've gotten a bunch of fruit off ours last.
I did not know. Oh no, that one fell over.
I know.
Crud.
Fix it.
Yeah. Okay. Little greenhouse ready for some crops to be grown. Looks like a couple baby avocados. They got some avocado orchard ambition, or at least a couple trees. All right, everyone, let's go into this guest house. I'm going to take you to the front door. Bear with me while we navigate the, what is this, a bottle brush bush? All right, love me a courtyard. Just really sets a vibe for a home, in my opinion. Okay. Comfortable living room, like the stone fireplace. 70s vibe, but it works, in my opinion. Kitchen here, open to the living room, always nice. Big wide working space there. Fridge is out. Laundry room looks like. Nice French doors to get out to that yard. Down the hallway to the bathrooms and bedrooms. Let's see, what do we got? Good sized bedroom. That looks like a king bed. I like how it looks out to the oak trees. Got a closet. Okay, this must be the primary. Guest house primary. Big room. Dedicated bathroom. Nice tile here. I like that color. It's like a seafoam green. A little sit-in shower. Oh, a really nice tile.
I would just put a new door in.
Yeah, that tile works.
That tile's cool.
Could use a little grout repair. I saw some cracks.
3 bedrooms.
Yeah, this is a solid sized guest house. Plenty comfortable. All these rooms are generous in size, I thought. Got some more storage there. All right, we might have seen it all. Wow, what a story this one has to tell. What potential it has for somebody who wants a little family compound. Upside potential. This one really is very interesting, huh?
Big time.
Very interesting, people. Let us know what you think. Do you got the bandwidth to take something like this on? Because this does scream great value.
Well, yeah, you just need to have a lot of money.
A lot of money.
But you could make it into an amazing home.
Yeah, all right.
I love this property.
It is a very special property. You know, for 4 acres up here in the hills, it's relatively flat. I mean, gentle rolls that are totally workable and navigatable.
Tons. Like,
how much do you think, how many acres is that? Like an acre and a half over here in the meadow, we'll call it?
I'd say it's an acre.
Yeah.
Because you got a lot of expanding area that comes around the back of the house over there. But I don't know, I'm sure you saw it on when Joe was outside, but off that patio, it was just screaming, dig a pool right here. Mm-hmm. Like, put the pool in, then you plant and put all your avocado trees and whatever else you want to grow down here. But the guest house is awesome. The views, even though you can't really see them, are really amazing right off the first story.
You're not going to get a ton of ocean.
You could sort of see.
You're going to get clips of it, but because we're down in this little gully, we're up high, we're above foothill, but we're down in this little gully, so it doesn't have the elevation, I think, that you would expect in this part of town. You do see, I mean, you're going to see some ocean, but Campanile Hill is like almost eye level, so you're not going to really get much over that.
Yeah, it was more you're looking through the little gap right there.
Yeah, because see, we're down right now. We're down in the valley of this little zone.
But this is way below the house.
Yeah, true.
Way below the house. Like, but it was, it's just such a, so we got a little bit of the backstory. They were like almost done with their remodel, you know, gonna move in. And then a small appliance, you know, tool, whatever, was left plugged in, charging a lithium battery, lit on fire, and it torched that entire upstairs, like, and then into the ceiling. I mean, there's extensive damage that needs to get repaired still.
Yeah.
Like, initially when I saw the pictures, I was like, oh, okay, you just fix a little bit. Oh, no. There's a lot of, it looks like there's a considerable damage through like the floor joists, and then that means up into the ceiling joists upstairs. We couldn't even go up there. Joe, by accident, just went up a little.
I was focused on the video. I wasn't reading signs.
Hey,
I hardly ever read signs.
Trust us, we know. But I think that property is really special property in my opinion.
And it was, I shared in the video, it was a massager, and I had texted Adele, I'm like, unplug the massager, right before I started filming, and she was just getting back.
Safety note to everyone, don't leave those sort of lithium battery things just sitting charging, you know, unplug them if you're not at the house. It's a good reminder.
Good reminder, everyone, for sure.
So, that was a cool one. I don't know, I feel like you were sort of seeing right over, like through there, and you're over the top, like looking at the ocean. You see it a lot from that place. I don't know, maybe not.
I think you will get some of it, but not as much as you would think climbing as high as we were, is my thoughts on it.
Okay, so now we're going to jump back on 154 for a half second. We're going to go to the Hope Ranch Annex area. Do you want to explain what that means with the annex?
Well, I mean, it's just
you already, I think?
I didn't really, but it's a neighborhood that is adjacent to Hope Ranch. What I like about it is you have some good access to some open space around there. The Modoc open space is pretty cool, and you're not too far from More Mesa open space. And it's also within, if you're an elementary school shopper where you're trying to place your purchase in a good attendance area, Vieja Valley Elementary School is one of the better ones.
That's where I went to elementary school.
Oh, alumni. Yep. This guy.
And my kids went to Monte Vista, so we are big Hope School District
Explain
cheerleaders.
That. Hope School District.
Okay, so Hope School District is a very sought after school district. It makes up 3 schools: Hope, Monte Vista, and Vieja Valley, and they're all in this area, sort of semi-close to 154, into all of Hope Ranch, into parts of San Roque.
Yeah, the edge of San Roque up there. So all really good neighborhoods. Great
neighborhoods, but these schools, they've made a great name for themselves. Great teachers, great superintendent, just really, really well done. So,
and Hope Ranch Annex has a few different faces to it, and so there's a section, kind of Nogales area over there, where you've got
Which is sort of where we're headed.
Yeah, but
up Modoc.
True, but if you just let me finish what I'm saying, there are many faces. That's the nice section. Where we're going over here is it's sandwiched between Modoc and the train tracks. So it's got a little different vibe. It's got some multifamily. Yeah. Some of the properties will back up to the train track. Mm-hmm. You'll hear it go by. So the point is that Hope Ranch Annex has a few different faces. Almost all of it feeds into Vieja Valley, so that's the plus. But if you wanted the kind of least expensive, that cool elephant.
Everyone look. Hopefully,
I don't know if they saw that. I saw that going up State Street the other day. I was one-wheeling on State Street. That's some kind of decorated elephant. Yeah, probably some elephant festival it's going to. But the most least expensive way to get into the Vieja Valley School District is probably this little pocket of Hope Ranch Annex. So the whole point is Hope Ranch Annex has some areas that feel a little bit different than the others, but it's all part of the same
And there's a
neighborhood.
couple multifamily over in this area of all of the Hope Ranch Annex, because as he was explaining, it's two sides. Like it's the side that is all around like Modoc on the west side of La Cumbra, right? Once you go under the bridge and go into Hidden Valley, actually parts of Hidden Valley are still Vieja Valley, right? Because I remember a lot of my friends went to Vieja Valley.
I gotta check the border where it breaks off. I don't know if any of
or maybe they were, I don't know, maybe they were using someone else.
it in.
People used to use like, oh, grandma lives in Hope Ranch, let's use her address for getting into Vieja Valley.
Right.
But there's some multifamily, there's a couple little condo complexes right here that are part of it. It's essentially the neighborhoods that are like sort of butting up to Hope Ranch.
Yeah, and this is interesting too. We turned onto State Street. So State Street it ends down at Stearns Wharf, comes all the way up here, and right here it turns into
This
Hollister.
bridge, this train trestle.
So
this is the split, right?
Yeah, we're on Hollister now. How'd that happen?
And this is where Modoc starts.
Yep.
On the west end or the north end of Modoc, right here.
So this is where you're getting some multi-faces. And
okay, I'm going to do a little
plug
tip for the listeners here.
Mm-hmm.
If you like to fill your propane, I highly recommend come here to U-Haul, right here on the corner.
Because?
It's cheap.
$3.95?
It's pretty cheap. This is like cheaper than most
The last
places.
few times I've done it, it's probably not the best way to do it economically, but the switch out.
It's not, because most times you leave propane in the tank.
They don't give you a full tank when they do the switch out.
Well, no. You're switching out, and if you truly drained your tank and got every single bit of it out,
yeah,
then sure.
Okay.
But a lot of times there's still some in there.
Okay.
So
I hear you saying.
Yeah.
Oh, another great thing about neighborhood improvements and community improvements. We've talked about this maybe before, but they're continuing this bike path here. So it's almost done, the continuation where you come out of the Hope Ranch Annex neighborhood over here onto this bike path and goes all the way to Hendry's Beach or the Pit or Arroyo Burro Beach.
We were talking about it when we last
Boathouse
went
Restaurant.
Down on the Modoc. I forget where we were going and why we went that way, but we talked about it right at the entrance and we were pointing out the bike path. So, is this it? I don't know.
I think Via Zorro's.
I don't think it is.
I thought it was right over there, but
I think it's over here.
is it this next?
Yeah, maybe.
Next one.
Sorry, everyone. That's on me. That's my fault.
This guy's. He's really scattered today, folks. He's really scattered today. Well, let's just give you another little shot. These ones right here back up to the train tracks I was telling you about.
Correct, but really cute. This is a great neighborhood.
Yeah, look how wide the streets are. That's nice.
Very wide. We've come through here. We've commented on how wide these are.
And straight across, that's Hope Ranch.
That hill is Hope Ranch.
That house right up on top of the hill, if you could see it.
Yes, they can.
That was just completed. That's a new house. That was a lot. The house beyond it split it off, sold it separately to someone to build a new house.
Wow.
So
cool.
That is fresh inventory. And then straight across the bike path that they're almost done building is the Modoc open space, which includes part of the Hope Ranch bridle trails, 26 miles of connected bridle trail that you could ride when you're living in Hope Ranch. So, and the community sometimes goes in there as well and rides mountain bikes,
walk,
hike, kind of run. If you like trail running, that's always a nice little game to play in there as well.
Okay, so right here is where the bike path is not finished. It looks like.
I think they're a few months out, maybe a month out. They're wrapping it up
like that. It looks like it's done. It's
sort of leave
changed.
it PG. No, maybe they are.
It's shorter. Maybe they aren't. Maybe they're. I don't know.
I think that's.
I'm really curious.
Hopefully they're going to throw down some concrete because
Joe wants to one wheel on it.
I'll one wheel on that.
I know you will. You one wheel on anything.
That's right, but
Joe doesn't
think
care.
It will last.
I think it's right there.
It is. It will last.
Right there.
It will be more durable if they actually concrete it. You know how our things go with this DG stuff. It does break down after a little while.
And we saw how it is a bit messy when it's a lot of rain.
They haven't come in and done these roads yet, but that last little zone we were at, they did. So I bet you these are on the
So
docket.
in this, hey, real quick, on this property, it's I think it says 3 units here. It's a 1/4 acre, multifamily unit. let's say units. This 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 3 bedroom, 2 bath.
Yeah, and then there's also a 2 bedroom, 1 bath. So there's a 2-1, a 1-1, and a 3-2.
Okay, well let's go see that.
3 options. And did you tell them that they bought it in 2016 for $1,155,000?
$1,155,000, and it is currently $1.995 million. So $2 million. That doesn't seem like, that seems like a small increase from,
right. That's what I was thinking.
Some 2006. I guess I would have thought that this would have been like 2.5.
Yeah.
Right.
I think a lot of people that spent 1.155 in 2016 have a value now of about $2.5 million on a lot of properties.
Yes. Agreed.
So, and I think it's indicative of how multifamily is becoming a little bit trickier to find a buyer for these days with the laws around rents.
Well,
tenants.
Santa Barbara is definitely throwing around
rent control.
I think we're definitely seeing landlords want to get out of the space, right?
Yeah, well, and it's just more expensive now to be a landlord. To fix things is more expensive. The laws are kind of, making it trickier. And investors are being more particular because of all those reasons. And, financing for investment property is not like, the cheapest financing, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad, honestly. It's really not that bad.
Oh,
that's not such a big deal on it.
Oh,
I think it's more of the value, landlords want to see that potential value in being able to increase rents as inflation is increasing.
Right.
And to keep up or keep in front of it. And when you have that rent control, if they're saying you can only go 1% per year, which I think San Fran is, inflation's more than 1%. Like you are falling
2.5%, right?
Well, that's what their target is.
Right.
But sometimes it's a lot more. And so that's, I think, the bigger concern is like how far reaching are those going to be, those new rules?
Yeah. And like just cause eviction laws,
Yeah.
It's hard once your tenant's in place. You're limited on what you can do other than give them another opportunity to renew.
Yeah.
We could talk more about that in person. Give us a call.
Yeah, call.
Okay, there we go. Modoc there. Can be a little bit of a busier street, so if you're living right on it and you're sensitive to traffic, that could be something, but you're also real close to that open space you see, which is full of trails. The streets are wide on this section. You're far from the train track as well, so you're not going to have a huge impact. You will hear it, but everyone in town hears it, pretty much. And take in the curb appeal on this garden, leaning into the wildflowers. It's like a purple poppy and some real poppies. Okay. It's like some citrus up there as well. Classic little baby oak. And a beautiful flagstone driveway. Looks like authentic flag. Nope. That's a stamped concrete. Really nice job, looks like. I'll double check. That could actually be flagstone. Got this good retaining wall here. Plenty of room to pull a car in here, and there's also, it seems like a good amount of street parking. We're gonna start with this gate because it's open and kind of calling us in. Do a little perimeter tour before going into the units. Here's a big storage unit. One thing that can be called out, these storage units in the setbacks. Olive tree. A little bit of lawn. Looks like some pineapple guava. And then some more yard space. So everyone's probably got a little bit of yard space. There's a beautiful orange tree as well. So nice little variety out here. All right, let's Go in and find some interior. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got a nice clean interior. Looks like fresh paint. Some of that wide plank flooring, maybe a vinyl, luxury vinyl possibly there. Some recessed lighting, a brick fireplace, and then we got tile on the floor in here. Wow, that's a lot of music. We got a nice kitchen with a big sink, granite countertops, some travertine on the backsplash, and a really nice Thermador hood. That cooktop, it's got grilling, and 4 burners with 2 ovens. Whew, that's a good amount of cooking space. All right, and then we've got a hallway down to a bedroom. This is going to be a primary bedroom for this unit with a walk-in closet. And what's great about this property, it looks like it's completely vacant, so you can start fresh with rents if we do get into a rent control situation. Before that happens, these ones are going to be more valuable to be sold vacant so that you could do market rents when you close escrow, fill it up, and as opposed to someone who hasn't raised the rents in a while and then they get stuck with some controlled rent that they can't budge or get it to market rate. So always nice to sell a multifamily vacant like this. Look at that bathroom. Kind of a clean there. Newer vanity, it looks like. And then dual pane windows. It's just a good, solid bread and butter unit right here. Doesn't look like it's gonna need much to do all before getting a tenant moved in here. And
when they passed away, then he moved here and his sister lived in the front.
excuse me? Okay, so then in the middle, looks like these French doors probably were carved off to create a unit that maybe was part of that place we were just in at some point, but it's not like a traditional entry, but a cute little kitchen with a tiny little fridge. Here's our tiny little shower. Yeah, this is the 1 bedroom, 1 bath kind of bootlegged in. But it has its own outdoor patio space. Looks like its own outdoor laundry machines. Got a nice tankless water heater. Some ceramic tile and bamboo flooring. You got 2 solar tubes up there with the recessed lighting. So those solar tubes aren't using any energy, just bringing light in. And did I show you the bedroom? Bamboo flooring. Cute, small, 1 window, not too bright, but good if you want to sleep in. All right, and then going past the baby bananas. Look at those, kind of cool.
How we doing?
Hello. A great feature right out here is to be able to have this patio area and wrap around yard looking out at the Modoc open space towards Hope Ranch. And more bananas. There, tropical vibes. All right. And passion fruit, it looks like, on the fence. All right, everyone, triplex, Santa Barbara, just under $2 million. What were you saying, Brahmi? So far, we've seen
What I was saying,
2 winners.
2 winners.
Yeah.
Like, and you mentioned it.
Oh, dang. What's up your map?
No, you're good. You mentioned it in that very different, like dramatically heads up.
Oh, shit. Where'd you come from?
Totally different types of properties.
Mm-hmm.
But both great properties. So if you're looking for a multifamily, that's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Now the 1-1 unit, the 3rd unit,
Hang on.
is not permitted. But I mean, I think you're still good. Oh, watch the. bicycle. I don't see why they can't be on there. But yeah, I think they priced that house really well.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get a lot of activity on it,
especially with
and I think it'll go over.
Yeah, 2 vacant units, and then it sounds like the one that is tenant occupied for $3,500 a month.
Was it 35 or 45?
I thought she said 35.
I thought she said 45, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they're getting.
Okay, I heard 35.
But maybe 35 sounds more doable.
In line with what maybe market rent would be on it.
Yes.
But to have the 2 vacant and that one that is occupied is friends of the owners and apparently would love to stay, but understands if they have to go. Which is very kind and generous of them. But to be selling with 2 vacant units that you could just, I was explaining in the video, go right to market rent, is always a bonus too.
Right. Before any kind of these rent restrictions come into play.
And the flexibility, like a lot of multifamily home buyers out there are looking for a place, an owner-user experience where they could live there and then generate some income. And if they love something that's all tenant occupied, there'll be some hurdles to get one of those vacant so that they could live in it. So something like this comes up and like, oh, they like that other unit on the side with the big yard. Great, I'll live in there, put one more tenant over here, or my, a family member could rent it. Yeah, you got lots of flexibility when you got some vacancies.
And they had, we were talking about the landscaping was amazing on that property. Really cool. The main unit, the 3-bedroom, had some very large storage sheds in it, like very nice storage sheds, like power in them and everything else. So, they could be workshops. You could turn them into an office if you spent a little bit of money, insulated them, and drywalled them. They could definitely be nice offices out there.
Yeah. Might
or
be
you
in the
remove
setback.
Or you remove them and get more space in your yard.
Yeah.
Because that yard is pretty big without those units there.
Yeah, but without garages, they need that extra storage probably. We entered Hope Ranch, everyone, if you didn't notice. The palm trees.
Yes, we're here.
The beautiful community. We're just going by the lake, which has got water in it.
Still has water. It's good. We got a lot of water this year, so
I gotta go over to Red Rock. I keep seeing videos of people playing in the lake and or the river, and just like it looks so nice right now.
Yeah, I'd like to go do that too. That sounds good. I'd like to get up in the valley.
Speaking of water, so here we are. We are
go.
going to go to Villa Huerto, I think is our next destination here.
Villa Hierba.
Oh, Villa Hierba.
Hierba.
A little different, but we're going to get some elevation.
735 Villa Hierba. From this, its impressive knoll-top setting in a desirable Hope Ranch location, this stately property offers expansive usable grounds on nearly 1.4 acres and provides a gracious 4-bedroom residence perfectly sited to capture panoramic views of the Santa Ynez Mountains and the surrounding hillside. It is listed for just shy of $5 million. Looks like it was listed back in July of 2024 for 5.9. So that was sort of tail end of the COVID craziness.
Unsuccessful.
And it did not sell. And so now it is at a much better price at $4.995 million. It is a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath, 2 half bath. It's 3,900 square feet, 1.35 acres, originally built in 1930.
I think we got ourselves another great value. For 1.4 acres in Hope Ranch, where you're going to get some views, even it might not be of ocean, but it's, some nice mountain views.
Yeah.
You have, I think, a good value here. I think the home's going to need some work, but I think we're on to another great value. And a totally different type of property, a totally different buyer. Each one of these will be different. If you're liking it, consider a like and subscribe on this one.
I'd say the first house and this one could be somewhat similar of a buyer. Similar.
I think
you could, because I'm assuming this one may need some work.
Yeah.
I
could see that.
And I feel like by the time you put the work and effort in to maybe tune this one up, you're going to end up at where you're going to be on the La Paloma one, But this is a much different one because you're part of Hope Ranch, and that's a big deal. Like you get the private beach, you know, you get,
and that other one you're getting 3 times the land almost, and you got 2 houses.
yes.
So, yeah, money wise you're going to be similar, but you definitely
a lot more space, more of a ranch compound area, a guest house like that other La Paloma. It is a lot bigger there. But the neighborhood's dramatically different. Like all your neighbors in this neighborhood are bringing your value up, whereas some of those over at La Paloma, it's a very diverse neighborhood. You know, some are smaller lots,
the ceiling
smaller
is
houses.
lower. Hope Ranch's ceiling is way high. You know, you can go big in here. So.
Yeah, like this is sort of almost low end in Hope Ranch.
This
right?
is entry
under
level.
$5 million.
It's kind of entry level.
At this day and age, you're not really. Because we looked at we were going to go to maybe another listing that was a big time fixer, and it was 10 million. It was 9.995, and it was like,
that seems ridiculous.
Judging the book, felt a little
Just
expensive.
from the cover, it seems a little expensive.
The cover looked a little expensive for that story. But let's go and check this one out.
Let's do it. Oh, there we go. That helps get it level. Little lay of the land. Another look at the driveway we came up. Here's one of these brick raised gardens, hosting some rose bushes, a few other flowers, but you could definitely get your food farming on those, it looks like. Beautiful old oak tree right here on center in the motor court. This bad boy is ancient. I'm guessing with that size trunk, maybe 100 years. Sometimes the chumash will leave little sneaker relics back in the day in those little holes in those old oak trees. Or if you're playing the game of Survivor, you might find an idol. All right, beautiful, classic, kind of almost it's kind of colonial vibe here. Let's see what the inside's looking like. All right, here we go. Classic little front porch area with the swing. More area there, and then Greg listing broker here with the Dusty Baker group. We got an entry.
Come this way first.
All right. There we go.
That whole entry could be easily opened up.
Yeah.
And you take advantage of your view corridor, which
Oh,
is stunning.
yeah. Wow.
Come
How are you?
This has to call you in. So, positioned on this knoll, just like. You could probably jump in there, join that turtle. He's chilling. Wow, that view is about to pop off. It's clearing up quickly, but look at this. Oh, turtle's gonna bounce.
Look at the size of that koi over there.
Ooh, lunker.
This is impressive because they usually get snapped out.
You know, I don't know.
Raccoons.
Yeah.
And fox.
Fox.
They,
Wow, that's cool.
they've never had issues with fur.
So this yard is definitely the position of this property, the 1.4 acres. Look at this, everybody. Such a great view. That bridge to nowhere we took you on, right there. There's that San Marcos open space. And then over there to the left, you could see that's that La Paloma area where we're on the first house of this tour. And we made our way to the Hope Ranch area here. The last little community before the beach. This community actually goes all the way to the beach with bluff front homes and a private beach. That is probably the shining jewel of being a resident in Hope Ranch, is having access to that private beach that you could drive right down and unload. I see it. Beehive they're taking care of. So the Hope Ranch has a lot of amenities. You can check out my channel for some other videos about Hope Ranch because there's some cool things that you get as perks for living in here. And you could see how it's elevated over there and it comes down. It's indicative of this community where you get these rolling hills that aren't too high, but when you get positioned on the top like this, you're gonna get more flat land and elevation, which is a double bonus. Sometimes this elevation comes with really steep land. This one though has a good amount of usable land out here to be captured and some great sunset views. That's all facing the sunset. So all right, let's go back in the house where we came out so we don't get too confused here. All right, so our formal living room got original windows. Look at that original hardware on it and everything still. Might even find some lead somewhere in that construction. All right, nice big fireplace there. And then we've got okay, looks like they put down some laminate on the floor. Kitchen here is open. Might not have been built that way originally, but it is now. Another amazing stove. This is the second big old stove. Look at that griddle top. Make some pancakes and hash browns on that.
Dude, wait until you get over here.
Look at all this skylight. Butcher block on the countertops. Original hardware, it looks like, probably what it was built with. Oh, indoor barbecue.
Uh-huh.
Love
And
it.
fireplace.
That is
What?
cool.
I haven't seen that set up before.
Me neither. I've seen these before, kind
Yes.
of. Look at that indoor grill. They got a
tile.
cool little tile deal going on there.
Serious.
That is serious. They got the fan. Get all. That's
Dude,
funny.
what
Indoor
if you turn
barbecue.
this into a pizza oven right here?
Yeah,
Fireplace?
that'd be pretty sweet. Look at the old house with the modern fridge. It's got the
Whoa.
touch screen. I filmed it, bro. Brahmi's catching up slowly.
Oh, man.
What do we got over here? Okay, little sitting room. Den, maybe used as a bedroom, maybe called a bedroom, but I don't really see a closet. You do have this built-in hutch here, but it has a bathroom with a cute little sink. Some classic tile, a hex tile on the floor, little stand-up shower. All right, kind of bouncing around, coat closet. I think I didn't get this room here. Classic, nice staging. Look at that old typewriter. That's a good idea. Wow, what a desk. Look at that. You're gonna look right out to the Goleta Valley where the sun sets. That's just a great positioning for that magic hour. Excuse me guys, I know this is kind of a confusing path, but I didn't catch everything on this side of the house because I got distracted by that indoor barbecue. Okay, that's the garage. But there was one other kind of family room over here that we missed after looking at that really interesting barbecue fireplace combo, which is one of the main rooms of the house. Now this has got the volume you're looking for in an estate, which is important, I think, if you're going to modernize these old homes. Try to incorporate volume. Sometimes hard to do without totally taking the lid off and redoing it. This room is already ready. And I would not change a thing. Honestly, I'm digging the wallpaper. This really cool stone fireplace. And just the volume, the size of it. You got some storage. Exercise over here with access to the outside. There's our HVAC system. Looks like a little workstation, maybe for sewing or hobbies. Laundry room there. Let's go up there. All right, the landing. A bit of lower ceiling up here. Original wood floors. Looking out to the garden. You can see the waviness in the glass. Look at how the ceiling is a little bit dropped and sloped to a little bit of an angle there. Okay, you got the toilet and sink doored off from the shower. Another sink. Another toilet. Interesting, okay. Sort of a little Jack and Jill with some bonus features. Another room with that same kind of unique ceiling line. Looking down to the koi pond. Okay, this is going to be the primary retreat. That modest little primary bathroom they built back in the day. Nice big soaking tub they added at some point. Closet on this side, closet with a view, and then the bedroom. Nice built-ins. Look at those drawers. Abundance of drawers. Okay, folks, I think we might have seen it. All right, everybody. What's your guess on that? It's solid metal. It doesn't turn, so it's definitely not some kind of handle. Brahmi thinks they had a giant bird. I was thinking maybe horse. Tie off your horse. What do you think?
I think it's like a big bird rest. But
Big
it's
bird.
so
Well, they do
such
have
a
these
weird.
quails right there, right?
Yeah.
So that could be.
I mean,
What do you think?
let us know.
The sage. Everyone, we scored this at one of. It was broken off. I didn't pick it, but I'm definitely repurposing it. White sage.
Oh my God, I did that totally wrong. You were saying about your sage?
Oh, don't worry. You're safe. You're safe.
Brahmi, you are not safe. You're not safe. You know why? Because you live in your head.
No. Well, we all do. Some of us
True.
are just better
Yeah.
at it than others. You made it. You're good. Golden.
Dang.
I thought that place was super cool. I think this property is really a neat property. A lot of really cool character and charm.
Good location.
Great location.
Great lot.
Really cool lot. Like,
It's gonna be a challenge to upscale that home without just taking the lid off and you're gonna add a bunch of square footage to it, I think, to make it a proper Hope Ranch home.
or you're just gonna take out a bunch of walls and open it up that way.
But
'Cause
those
it wasn't
upstairs
so-
bedrooms were so tiny.
They're
and, like,
funky.
low ceiling.
They're funky, but
That's what I mean. You got to take the lid off and do something different because no one's gonna accept that little primary bathroom and those low ceilings as your getaway when you're
I don't know.
done
I
with
thought
your
it was
day.
cool.
I do. I mean, granted, it's cool, but I'm just being like realistic with like today's standards for a $5 million home in Hope Ranch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Which, well, that, you know, you could still work with the character. That one, the big room was amazing with the wallpaper.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah. I mean, there was just a lot of really
And the land was amazing.
unique, cool features that there's some stuff you're just totally going to get rid of, but there was a lot of stuff that you could sort of just tune up a little and would give it really cool character.
Mm-hmm.
And that view coming out of the kitchen and the living space, I feel that one little office area, you just combine that and open that up so that the kitchen and like dining area flows right into the living room and out into that out into the outdoor space.
Yeah.
And I would definitely get rid of the pond, and I love ponds. I thought that was cool.
But
turn that into a pool.
Center, huh?
Boom, that's like your
It's
pool.
taking up prime real estate.
Like that turns into a pool out into that lawn, and that would be magical right there.
Wow.
Really, really, really nice.
I wish they didn't plant this hedge, or maybe it's always, I don't know. It's just gotten bigger. Like you can't see the lake as much anymore.
I think it is newer. I agree with you. I would rather it not be there. But that is probably saves a lot of golf balls from going into the road.
Into someone's windshield, you're just slicing your tee shots.
100%.
Yeah.
Like just something low and just, that's where I would be hitting it.
Yeah, probably.
But plenty of water. But I don't remember that hedge, honestly. I remember always being able to see right out onto the fairway.
Yeah, there's an interesting feature over here that I don't know the history on it, and
this thing.
What is this? We got to Google it and figure it out because
I bet it tells you right here. Nope, it doesn't.
That's a map.
That's a map.
Hope Ranch. But this, my friends, what is this?
A fountain.
It is.
Do you want me to go walk out there and just see if there's
Did you
any?
see anything?
Let me see.
Maybe I'll do a Google search real quick. It's not particularly like beautiful or anything, right?
No.
We gotta Google search it. It reminds me of kind of like the
I
pine
just sent
cone.
it to ChatGPT. Let's see if they know what it is.
Yeah, it reminds me of like a pine cone, kind of, and I see those a lot in different kind of motifs and stuff. You'll see like the pine cone on things often, which has some symbolic meaning, maybe about like pineal gland. And then look at this,
It
folks.
doesn't necessarily have. Oh, that's a great shot. It says that's a man-made rock fountain feature. Shocker.
Say it's in Hope Ranch. What is it?
No, I did.
Oh, you did?
In Hope Ranch.
Nothing, huh? No details? All right, there's the golf course, everyone. That is a good shot of it. But that water is booming right now. Like just earlier this year before we got the rains, it was not that full. Not just for horses drinking. Sometimes hummingbirds drink there too. All right, everybody. There's to hydrate horses.
Yeah, it was built a long time ago when this area was all very rural and used to water livestock and people.
Yeah, Hope Ranch, I think, started as a goat farm.
A goat farm? That'd be a fun one to explore.
And they're like, you know what? Goat farming's not where it's at. Real estate's where it's at. Let's turn this into a luxury housing development.
Yeah.
The goats are like side-eyed that farmer, like, oh.
Well, that was a fun day.
Oh, let's roll up this window. Sorry for the noise, everybody.
Yep.
Very interesting. I think we saw 3.
Really unique.
Yeah, you all may not think that those are good values because of the price points here are top tier price points in the country.
Yeah.
You know, this is an expensive place to be. So once the sticker shock wears off, you realize, hey, what we just showed you were some interesting values.
They really are. they really are.
The work to complete the bike path here. So, if you haven't already, double check. If you've enjoyed this, please subscribe. It helps us out. We love making these for free for you. Every Saturday we're dropping videos so that you could come along with us and see some real estate, learn about this community, and get to know someone to talk to about your real estate needs. We could help you here, and Brahmi could help you just about everywhere.
And something to listen to and laugh.
Yeah.
With your coffee on a Saturday.
Yeah, coffee, drink. And then, what was it? We got some people out there watching and during cocktail hour. And
Even better.
They drink every time you say the word vibe. So,
vibe.
Vibe. I know. I didn't think we threw vibe out all the time.
Avi does.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. Well, I think that y'all gonna have to drink.
You might have to find a new word.
But
because now we know it though. Now we could jack you up. Vibe. Okay.
And they're drinking
you guys getting
martinis
hammered.
But no, we love reading the comments.
Those are funny.
And we love helping you out. We've got plenty.
I gotta
of
get on there. I haven't done the comments lately. I gotta get in there and respond to the last two. My bad. I apologize.
He's like that. He's got that movie star kind of status. Right? He's just like he just shows up and looks pretty and then goes off and does his life.
You do all the hard work. There's no doubt about that.
Well,
I don't do any of the hard work.
It's not so much the hard work; it's the community. I'm in there with the community, and they're wondering where's Brahmi.
I go in and talk to them too.
Every once in a while. You just said you hadn't been in there in a while. I'm just.
I do every video.
This is your saying.
Recently.
I'm just saying.
Dang, I missed.
We're really getting them today.
I really need to get on.
Everybody, we love the support. So thank you very much for watching and sharing.
It's awesome. It's fun.
We're
enjoy it.
Back to the office now. So,
I hope everyone has a great weekend. Joe?
Yep. It's been amazing.
That was a vibe.
That was a vibey tour indeed.
Each one of those places had a cool vibe.
Value vibes are coming your way.
Oh boy, what are we doing?
This is friends talking to friends before they cross the street, so we're just gonna go.
Take our time.
We are gonna go. All right, everyone.
Well,
back to the office, back to the grind. Happy Friday.
Back in it.
Peace. Working late and want to ride? No problem. Just go ahead and. Got to pick up some copies at the copy machine. Back. That's how we do it on the one wheel at work.